Welcome to Discussion Sentai Loserger. I'm Loser Blue,
And I'm Loser Yellow.
and this is a show where we talk about the newest episodes of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. Today we're talking about Kamen Rider Zeztz, episode 16, and Gozyuger, episode 44. We always start with Rider, so Yellow, what did you think of Zeztz 16?
I enjoyed episode 16 of Kamen Rider Zeztz. It seems like it's being very busy now, and a lot is happening. And that's kind of making sense because we're going into the second third of the series. Like, we finished that whole first Nox arc, and now we're going into the second anti code, weird space world arc with the other riders that are going to show up inevitably.
Yeah, this episode, it's again dealing more with code and the new status quo with Nox kind of working with this mysterious woman who is probably also an ex-agent, most likely.
Oh, probably.
Now, it is doing what Zets has done a lot, which is it just uses the episodic nightmare as a backdrop for the actual story.
Hmm.
Like, we don't really care that much about this nurse who is sad that Nem went missing like a year ago or something. I forget how many years it actually was.
I forget to. I don't think like, it was said, 15 episodes ago, 15 weeks ago.
It doesn't matter. It's like a year or something. It's still like a really long time actually for a person of such a famous person to go missing and no one notice. But like she's sad that Nem has gone missing and she still feels so bad about it, and that's kind of what's causing the nightmare.
Yeah.
But we don't actually care that much about her. It's not about her. Get out of here. It's
No,
about
it's
it's about Nox. It's about code, and you're just there to create a filler villain.
yeah.
I say filler villain, just something to fight.
Yeah, but it was a cool looking filler villain. This wolf. Mm,
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. No, he looks cool, and there was some bike action this week. Not like a lot, but more than usual, which was nice.
Yeah. It's always nice when the common rider gets to be, a common rider.
Yeah. So I'd say like the big things in this episode. So one thing I'm happy about is that everyone knows now. The
Yeah.
secret is pretty much fully out in the open. The police officers know. I mean, they always knew, but like the sister knows, and now she knows the police officers, and they can just come in. It's not a big deal. No more having to go through the window and stuff like that. I guess the police officers still don't know about Zero. Like they've never talked to Zero himself,
Right.
but the sister has. So I just kind of like that has happened because at a certain point, secret identity stuff can get really tiresome, and I don't think it necessarily made it better. Right? The sister knowing wouldn't cause like a big issue, and clearly it hasn't because she now knows.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's over, and they make up with Fujimi and Baku make up, which is good because I like them.
They have good chemistry together, and it's good to actually have a team around the main rider.
Yes, I like the team aspect. I like when the writer has a team of powerless people that are still useful in
Yeah.
some way. But then Baku gets to kind of reconcile with Zero in like a please trust me kind of way. Like let me
Yeah.
know the secrets so that I can determine if codes is right or wrong. And we somewhat see Zero, I guess, maybe starting to trust Baku a bit more later, or maybe not trusting him later when Nox shows up and Zero's like, no, you do the mission, I'll deal with Nox, kind of thing. So I don't know if that's him trusting him to do the mission or him going like, I know you won't deal with Nox the way I want it dealt with, so I'm going to do it myself. But it could be a bit of both. Not that it matters, because Zero gets his ass kicked.
Oh yeah, he gets blown up.
Yeah.
He's dead, right?
But, well, I mean, he always stated he was controlling the robot remotely,
Well, fair enough.
so like that's a thing.
So Baku doesn't have a bike anymore, right? That's how that works.
Now we never have to deal with bike scenes. It's great.
Good job, Toei. Smart thinking.
No, because there is a bike in reality, right? Like that was a dream bike, and there's a bike in reality, so they can always make more bikes. I think this is going to enable them to, I don't know, maybe give Zero a real like actor. right? Like a face
Wait,
actor.
if that was a dream bike and that's Dream Zero, does that mean Real Zero? Like the robot Real Zero is still alive in real life?
Yeah. Again, he was always remote controlling the robot, so
Yeah.
it's never really been Zero.
No one's ever really gone.
Yeah. But, you know, there were some fun fights here. And Anox has his new power and is now more of like a real rider.
Yeah,
Like his thing says rider when it's transforming, so it doesn't say like knight system.
right.
So now he's Common Rider Nox, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to assume. That's what the subtitles said.
And his new capsum for that is Shadow.
Yeah.
And I mean his form has this like half and half white and dark blue look, which probably will lead into him getting even more redeemed. Like he's gonna be a good guy at the end of the
Oh,
day,
for
I
sure,
feel.
for sure.
Especially because in the opening, he shows up when they're all like, you know, the scene in the opening where they're all in front of like miniature buildings, like they're giants.
Yeah,
He's
he's
in that
there.
scene,
Yeah.
so like he's gonna join the good guy team at some point. So this kind of like half and half look where he's using shadow, but I think that is showing that he's not all evil, even though he's using this dark power. That or it's just that his original form is very light colored, so they didn't want to remove that entirely. One
Yeah.
of the two.
Now, his new driver has like two spots that he could theoretically put a capsum in. Does that mean he can use two capsums at once?
It more looked like the
Theoretically?
capsum split open
Mm-hmm.
and like filled the other slot.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like a different kind of driver, whereas the code drivers you put it in and you spin it. In this one, it opens up to release the nightmare inside, maybe something like
Oh,
that,
okay.
because that's what it. I mean, you don't see him physically like rip it open or anything, but it's like after he transformed, he spun it around, transformed, both slots were filled.
Yeah,
Like, they weren't
that's what
empty
I
slots
see.
anymore.
It's just because the suit is completely split down the middle. It's giving me like
Yeah,
W or build vibes.
yeah, it does have that kind of vibe to it, and who knows? Maybe that will happen. Maybe he'll put two capsules in, do the dumb spin around thing, and he'll get new half and half forms, and that'll be his gimmick. Maybe his like big power up form, he'll be shadow and light, something
Ooh.
like that, which would be pretty standard, I think. But he's still on the side of evil, seemingly. He wants to make nightmares do what they want.
Which is kind of odd because he was previously saying that capsums can make no like bad dreams come true. And that's a bad.
Yeah, his motivations are still really weird. And it's probably because we just don't really understand code enough right now.
Yeah.
Once we understand code more, what he wants will probably make a lot more sense. Somehow, letting nightmares do what they want will allow him to destroy code. And maybe he's just fine with some consequences. And then also, we just don't know anything about the woman that he's hanging out with.
Excuse me, she's the lady.
The lady. We don't know anything about the lady. So we'll see. But there's not much more to go on here. Anyway, the biggest thing is that cardboard box guy has gone missing. And, like, that's a big deal.
I know, like what's going on? Why is Cardboard Box Guy missing and why doesn't he want to be found?
And why doesn't she care? He's her best performer, and the
Yeah.
sister just doesn't give a shit. I would be pissed if I was Boxman.
I know. It's like if you disappeared, like this channel wouldn't exist.
Truly. Anyway, that's dumb joke.
I know.
Boxman.
Yo, he was around for like 2 webisodes in one episode.
Yeah, it's part one of a two-parter.
Yeah,
Obviously,
that's the thing
as
with
as
Zeztz
every
that it's
episode of
doing that.
Zets has been. Really, there's so many two-parters that next episode we're gonna deal with the wolf and getting him back. Yay! But then we'll also learn some kind of revelation at the end about code or about the lady or Nox or something like that. So
Yeah.
this is a setup episode to set up questions. Baku said, if I do this mission, you have to tell me everything. So allegedly, we should learn a lot of stuff next episode. And in the preview, we see a man behind Zero's desk. So maybe we'll see what Zero's real face looks like. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Let's hope. That carrot's been dangled in front of us a couple times, and now it seems like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But before we move on to Sentai, whoever you are out there, yes, we noticed they did the Akira slide. You don't have to comment about it.
Feel free to comment anyway. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Akira slides are so common enough that I don't even really care anymore. And when I see
I
one, I'm
know.
just like, oh, okay, it's the Akira slide.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they did the thing.
Yeah, it means nothing to me anymore. But anyway, Gozyuger 44. What are your thoughts, Yellow?
So episode 44 of number one Sentai Gozyuger was also pretty good and was setting up the final probably like 6-7 episodes of number one of the series.
Yeah.
So we had the debut of original Sentai Origa Red happen,
Yeah.
who is
Like,
actually pretty cool and a great design. Good job, little boy who designed Origa Red. You did a good job.
yeah, it was like a contest or something to submit an original design or something, right?
Yeah, it was something like that.
I mean, that's cool, and it's cool they put it in, obviously.
This definitely would have been the episode where they cameo the next Red, but that's
Yeah, I
not
could see that.
happening.
And that's, yeah, obviously that's not happening. This episode completely destroys the return of the guy who's not Boon Boon Red.
Yeah,
The guy with the King Ozier ring, whose name I keep forgetting, despite the fact that it was in this episode. He was just like, you know what? I'm gonna be a real magician, not magician, a musician of my own ability, and
yeah.
just gave up the ring fight.
Yeah, I don't need any rings to help me. I can do it by myself.
Honestly, they get in the way of the guitaring anyway. So that's funny. I mean, I get it. It can be sometimes hard to get an actor back. They probably had him there because he was already effectively on set near the end of Boon Boomcher, so it was easy for him to show up. And now he's probably doing another project. So what can you do? It's fine. That's not a big deal. I wasn't actually anticipating his return that much because he probably would have just lost.
Yeah.
So yeah, Origa Red, he's like, Hoeru, you're not a real Red. You're too much of a bad boy. You can't be a real Red or something like that.
Yeah.
You have no dream.
Yeah, how could you? How could you not have a dream? You're trying to win the ring battle. Come on, man.
Yeah, and he objects to this. And this is all some like a weird plan of his to make them all fight and see the power of like a real Sentai or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess because our main characters are still technically opponents to each other, despite
Mhm.
the fact that they basically haven't fought each other ever outside of when Hoeru beat up Ryugi
Yeah.
that one time. So I don't know. It feels like they've been on a team this whole time that I don't get why they're bringing this up again, but whatever. It's fine. So, well, Hoeru is dealing with Origa Reds, and they're fighting, and it's a good fight. I like it.
Yeah.
The rest of the team are fighting Sasuke, who I didn't look this up because I only watched this like an hour ago, but I assume is the original actor for Sasuke from Kaku Ranger.
Yes, he is. I did end up looking that up.
I assumed because he said I'm the original one, so it's just like, oh, they got the original actor back, and he's transforming into Kaku Ranger. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. And
I
then he wipes the floor with 5 Gozyuger.
absolutely wipes the floor with them.
This is the power of a real Sentai.
Truly, that was cool. That fight is fun and kind of made me want to watch Kaku Ranger, which is probably what anniversary series should do. They should make you want to go and watch the other ones.
Yeah.
So that was neat. And then, I don't know, Origa Red shows up and he's just like, yeah, Sasuke, that's why I gave you the ring, so you could show them the power of a real Sentai. And I'm just like, what even is this plot? It's kind of stupid.
Yeah,
And then
I
the
know.
Calamity just shows up.
Yeah, Cladis just shows up and
It's not
then
Cladis. It's not Cladis.
It said Cladis.
No, he said he's like the general. He's something the famine.
Ah.
I didn't catch. I forgot what it is. I think it starts with a V, but it's like something the famine. Because he says, "You guys are so weak. I don't even have to revive my master."
Ah, yes.
So it's not Gladys. It's just another Calamity guy, and he just randomly shows up for no reason. I mean, I guess we have to accelerate the ending, considering there's only like 5 episodes left total.
Something like that. Because this was week 44, and there's like 4 episodes left.
Yeah, I think we're ending specifically on 49, so that would be
Yeah.
5. Based on the timing of when Gavan comes out.
Mhm.
So that's interesting. I mean, obviously we need to speed things up. But he does just show up for no reason, which is a bit odd. I would have had it have maybe something to do with Fire Candle. Like Fire Candle's anger at the whole thing somehow summoned the Calamity. He gets like possessed by a Calamity thing because he's so mad about how everyone just decided to abandon the fight. They don't want to do anything anymore.
Mhm.
What are we gonna do about the eyes and the no ones? Are they just gonna live in the shit world now forever?
Fire
What about that?
Candle, like, I kind of, level with the guy a little bit. He's just looking out for his homies. He wants to know that they're safe.
He doesn't want to abandon his bros.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, something could be done about that without violence. I think if, take a sword and take a June work together, they could probably remake No One World to be really nice, right?
Yeah,
There's
probably.
nothing stopping them from doing that once all the rings are collected. But whatever. It's fine, but we don't really get anything to that, right? He just gets mad at Shining Knife and Sweet Cake, and then we don't see them again for the rest of the episode.
I guess we're gonna have to wait till next week.
Maybe? I don't know. It feels a bit odd.
No, you know what's gonna happen? We don't see them until the last episode anymore. They're gone. They're out of the plot.
Ugh, that suck.
Calamity time.
Well, that's the thing. Is now there's still 2 threats. There's Fire Candle and What Remains of No One World, and the Calamity. And we need to deal with both of those in 5 episodes. Now, the next episode, it would be pretty easy for them to acquire all the rings. Like, all the rings could be collected next episode pretty
Yeah.
much immediately. So, what happens there? I don't know. But, like, I legitimately have no idea. Because Hoyer still doesn't have a dream. Well, he says he can't put it into words. Like, he
Yeah.
feels like he has a dream, but he doesn't know exactly what it is. And that'll probably be elucidated at the end when he wins, right?
Yeah.
That's when he'll finally be able to put it into words. And it'll probably be something like really like basically happiness for my friends being all the main characters, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it won't be anything like super selfish unless they decide to do like a really dumb joke wish, right?
Yeah.
In the end, he wishes for a hot dog or something stupid.
They could. I hope they don't, but they could.
We'll see where that goes. Again, I like the fights this episode. I liked Rico's Red's powers and the effects around that. Sasuke was cool. So it's enjoyable
Yeah.
on that front. I'm interested to see where these plot developments go, but then I'm also worried because it's Gozyuger and they resolve things really fast and really unsatisfyingly a lot of the time.
Don't worry. We won't have to worry about it for long.
Yeah, only like 5 more episodes. And then we got to try something completely new.
I'm excited to see what the future has in store.
Yep. Well, that's been this week's episode of Discussion Sentai Loserger. If you liked it, please, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'd really appreciate it. Anyway, see you next week.